Hundreds of Black and Mexican families are seeking millions of dollars from the city of Palm Springs after being forced out of their homes in the 50s and 60s. It happened in a neighborhood known as Section 14. Many homes reportedly were burned and bulldozed before eviction notices were even issued.
Palm Springs Section 14 survivors taking steps toward a lawsuit are demanding reparations from the city over a dark stain in its past. Pearl Devers and Delia Ruiz Taylor were among the hundreds of Black and Mexican families who were forced out of their homes in the Section 14 neighborhood near now downtown Palm Springs in the 1950s and 60s.
We were these poor Mexican family, and these white people wanted us out of there.
Their group is now seeking direct payments from the city of Palm Springs for what their claim states is millions of dollars of racially motivated harm caused by the evictions. Damages could range from $400 million to $2 billion.
The plan was to bulldoze and to burn their homes, in many cases with their personal belongings still inside.
Ariva Martin is the lead attorney for Section 14 survivors and descendants. She and dozens affected gathered in Los Angeles Tuesday to announce the new amended claim against the city of Palm Springs, seeking restitution.
Justice for who? Section 14. Justice for who? Section 14.
The city has apologized. It has recognized that as the Attorney General's report from 1965 so clearly lays out that these families were targeted, that this was racially motivated, that the city's actions were inexcusable. And in this Attorney General's report, the language used by the then Attorney General is that this was a city-engineered Holocaust because the city used its own fire department and its agents to actually burn these families out of their homes. You also, Diane, used the word eviction. There's absolutely no evidence that the city went through the legal process of evictions. As a lawyer, there's a very formal process that happens when you are evicting someone from their property, and there's no evidence that that was utilized. What we do know from oral histories from these families is that fear, intimidation was used, that the city and its officials intimidated these families and forcibly removed them using bulldozers, using actual fires that were set of their homes, oftentimes with their personal belongings still in the home. So I am representing their survivors, the descendants. There are hundreds of them, upwards to 500 or more, and just seeking restorative justice, seeking that the city moves past the apology and actually takes some actions to make these families whole.
Yo, it's your boy, Radical. Now, shout out to that lawyer lady that you guys just heard. Shout out to all them people seeking justice due to white supremacy. Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate that these are the type of things that went on. These are the type of things that occurred during those times when white supremacy was pretty much at its pinnacle. I'm not saying that white supremacy doesn't exist anymore. I'm just saying that it's a lot more covert now than it was back in them days, right? And the thing about it is Section 14 isn't an anomaly. This happened everywhere between Black and Latinos. Especially in isolated incidences for Black families down in the South. These type of things went on like everyday occurrence, burning down homes, taking these people out of their own homes and leaving them homeless and stuff like that. The same thing happened with a lot of Latinos, especially here up in New York, with the highway system, with bulldozing and burning down, the Bronx is burning type of things. A lot of people don't know too much about that, but these were covert reasons and covert options in order to get Black and Latinos out because they see us the same. They treat us the same. And it's very interesting how this was done during the 50s, early 50s and late 60s, right? These type of actions were done. And I want to just say one thing to my Latinos out there. During those times around the 50s, 40s, even the 60s, 30s, 20s, we were considered white on paper, right? And it's true that Latinos did not go through Jim Crow. It's true that Latinos didn't go through slavery here in America. It's true, 100% true. But this is where the caveat, it's a little weird and it's a little different. The thing is, because we had white status on paper, in real life we didn't have no white status. Now, the certain Latinos who were light brown, who were just, brown or light brown, would get a pass in certain situations, right? So the other more melanated Latinos did not get a pass. Let's just keep it 1,000. That's what it was. But the majority who were brown and light brown got a pass to white status, right? Now, this is the thing. Latinos were able to drink from the white water fountain in them times, but yet they were subjugated in schools and separated from white kids. They were separated. The Mendez versus Westminster case proves this, right? Because they said that Latino Mexican kids are more dirty, brings more diseases, and are more basically filthy than the white kids, right? We had white status, but yet we were treated differently, right? We were able to sit in the front of the bus for Latinos because Jim Crow didn't affect us, but yet there were signs with no Mexicans, Negroes, and dogs allowed in certain shops, right? We were able to use the white bathrooms because Jim Crow didn't affect us, but yet our homes got burned down alongside black folks. So this is what I'm saying, is that the fact that, first of all, these white supremacists saw Latinos and still see Latinos as de facto black folks. Let's keep it 1,000. That's what it is. And and this proves everything. The burning down of Section 14 proves everything. There's a Section 14 everywhere, and it shows the economic equality that is lacking in the Black and Latin community when it comes comparable to white folks. This is the reason why, because white folks were able to burn down their house, still get a home loan in a good area, and nothing happens to them. Us, on the other hand, got our joints burned down, our belongings taken away because it was perfectly fine. That was the law. They could definitely do whatever. And it's insane that it takes this long for people to get restitution for that. It's insane it takes this long. Like, people can't just figure out, hey, what I'm doing is wrong. Mind you, Latinos were considered white on paper. You saw that white man still intimidate and say, hey, yo, y'all Mexicans got the hell out of here because y'all white, but I don't see y'all as white. You know what I'm saying? But that says a lot. And it basically points a finger at the racial injustices in this country when it comes to Black and Latino relations. It points a finger. And the thing is, this is what Black and brown unity looks like. This is what Black and brown unity is like. When we come together to fight white supremacy, not each other, because somebody calls somebody Al Qaeda and all that other stuff, not each other because one racist Mexican said one thing and now you hate all Mexicans. No, this is what Black and brown unity looks like. And the unfortunate thing is that these individuals went through this and they're so elderly. It's crazy that they're trying to get justice now and they're so elderly. And the city council is just acting like, no, it's just whatever. No, we could just dismiss this whole thing. It is what it is and all this other stuff. It's insane. And this is what white supremacy does. It says, I have the power to do whatever to you, and you don't have a damn near power to do nothing to me. That's what white supremacy does. And this is proof of that. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I'm going to catch you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.